Let's get into those newspapers now and see what's making headlines this morning. And we start with the Business Day. And their lead story this morning is on the PIC inquiry. And it says PIC to act against staff over the AO deal. And employees testify at the Mpati inquiry that former CEO Dan Majila supported the 4 billion rand investment into AO Technologies. And the recommendation, it goes on to say, in an internal PIC report verified by the publication by Business Day, basically outlines how Majila supported this. And the PIC bought a 29% stake at 43 rand a share, implying the valuation at the time of AO Technologies was 14.8 billion rand. But a few months before, the financial statement showed that AO had a total in terms of assets of 292 million and a book value of 67 million only. And of course, that share has never traded at those levels since. And then Shabalala quits as a CEO of Time Bank. And this, of course, is one of the new kids on the block. Time Bank is the one owned by business tycoon Patrice Motsepe. So CEO Sandile Shabalala resigned on Tuesday, less than 4 months after the launch of the digital bank, and that causing a few stares there. And funds face exodus if pension assets prescribed. Ordinary South Africans could choose to withdraw their savings rather than have their pensions used to prop up failing state-owned companies. Alexander Forbes, which is one of the country's largest pension fund administrators, said on Tuesday that some of their pension fund members have indicated that they will seek to withdraw from their retirement funds or reduce their contributions if prescribed assets becomes official government policy. So that's the front page of the Business Day. Moving on to the Citizen, a picture of President Cyril Ramaphosa and a little insert of Julius Malema there. Digging his own grave is the question. EFF leader Julius Malema toes his old party's line when he warns the president about ignoring the ANC's resolutions, strengthening the hands of Ramaphosa's foes. And then also blow to Cyril's 2 million jobs pledge, and that's in the body of today's Citizen. Mike Schussler, the economist they speak to there, talking about the shrinking job space and what is actually going on, and why it seems that those 2 million jobs that were promised by the president in Sona may be a bit of a pie in the sky. And then Limpopo Mayor's month of hell, near fatal crash follows an assault in a string of mishaps. And also in the paper today, jobs are tight. It's becoming harder to stay employed as the big guns slash staff, and this because of a sluggish economy. Those some of the stories in today's Citizens. Moving on to Sowetan, they leading with the story about the underground strike at the Lanxess mine in Rustenburg in the Northwest Province, and that started exactly a week ago, last Wednesday. A boss chased me down the mine for sex, and a victim of abuse speaks out about the ordeal that has sparked this almost 300 miners staging an underground sit-in at the mine. Also in today's Sowetan, inmates moved over prison cocaine video, private sector jobs bloodbath, and of course feast must fall activists plea for the president in parliament, focusing there on some of the debutantes who are now members of parliament and saying they're hitting the ground running in the National Assembly. That's the Citizen for Sowetan this morning. Moving on to the Star. And the Star's lead today is Zuma to give his version. Now, the ex-president accuses the Commission of Inquiry into state capture of ambush. And he welcomed, the state capture inquiry yesterday welcomed the former president's undertaking that he will give evidence next month. And we understand that would be from the 15th of July until the 19th. And the commission confirmed that it had received correspondence correspondence from Zuma's lawyers, but the lawyers, of course, went on to accuse the commission of being prejudiced against Zuma and lacking the requisite impartiality, but also noted the undertaking that the ex-president made that he would testify for a week. Videos of street hit goes viral, and I don't know if you saw this. It's been doing the rounds on social media. A man believed to be an engineer who died after being shot multiple times outside his firm in Newtown yesterday. Absolutely horrific. You can see the man pulling his car up, his SUV, parking it, taking something from the boot, walking down very jovially down the walkway, greeting whoever he was greeting across the road, and a guy just comes up from behind him, shoots him. As he falls to the ground, the guy continues to shoot him, and that particular video really sparking a lot of talk on social media. And 2 passengers die at airport, and this of course at OR Tambo International Airport. One passenger, a 46-year-old man, died of a heart attack early yesterday, and then there was another incident where a woman collapsed and died at the airport, this before boarding a flight, and the Citizen going into some of those stories. So that's what's making headlines amongst other stories in the newspapers today.